Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Taylor Jones. And do you have any idea what time it is? Well, if you don't, then prepare yourselves because it's going to be the coldest winter yet, as in season 6 of Cold Man's Winter. You punch me. No, you pinch me, and I will punch you. Yep, that's what my t-shirt says. And for those that's wondering, why are you wearing that t-shirt? Well, because ain't nobody's gonna pinch me. Since it's officially the day of the green, St. Patrick's Day 2025. And I'd like to say welcome back to my YouTube channel, TC Jones Edits, as well as Cold Man's Winter Season 6. And this is episode 13. And I've decided to come up with one specific title. Because, first off, before we get any further, just like my recent video I made where I made a explanation, where I explained that the last episode of Cold Man's Winter, it was a little mistake because I started to realize that the the episode before the last episode was called Revenge. So I had to rename the last episode Revenge 2, as in part 2, or just number 2, like a sequel. Because I didn't expect to talk about a topic that was already mentioned long ago. But this is not my first mistake. This is not my first merry-go-round when it comes to making a video with a topic that's already been mentioned. It made me think of the weaknesses episode from the earlier seasons. But with all that being said, Revenge 2 will be in the link, as well as the link for Revenge 2 is in the description bar down below the late episode, as well as my 50 subs, as in 50 subscribers video, in which I say thank you to all that supported me after a 7-year journey, even though it was a slow progress. But my goal is to keep it going, keep it moving, and even make it to 100, like another milestone. My milestone was 50, but it wasn't a milestone. I just thankful that I made it halfway, half a century line. But I want to see what it's like to advance to 100 subscribers. So it's a slow progress, but still, I have to do better. We all do. So both Revenge Part 2, or just Revenge 2, and the 50 subs, both links will be in the description bar down below. With all that being said, let's get started with a brand new episode of Cold Man's Winter Season 6, entitled Complaining. Now, let me ask you something. When was the last time you ever complained to the fact that when people saying that you're getting out of hand, you're getting out of line, and they want you to shut up and all that noise, like, give it a rest. Let it go, bro. Let it go, girl. Dang. Even to the fact that you got so mad. You take your complaining self into a car, drive for miles arguing with yourself, and or get to a point where you're starting to rage yourself to a depression. Let me tell you, when it comes to complaining and acting a fool, boy, it gets completely downhill from here. And I've been one of them situations. Matter of fact, I've been in too many situations that I don't even know if I could trust myself. I don't trust a double crosser unless the double crosser is me, G. But boss, you said on the other song that you made, the well-known song, I don't even trust myself. Well, you can trust me. How you figure that? I'm just like you. Right? That's deep. And it's still deep. But first off, rest in peace to the boss, since I had to reference her. But man, it's been 1 year without the boss, and I can think about why people don't trust themselves. And there's like, when you complain, you telling the whole sob story. People want to scream, shut the heck up. They want to shut you up. They have plans. They have thoughts. Evil thoughts. We all have evil thoughts. Sometimes we have self-evil thoughts that would lead us to feel suicidal or want to get revenge. No. Sometimes when we have some evil thoughts includes drinking beer, 40 ounces. For black folks, we drink malt liquor. White folks, they drink beer like Bud Light, Budweiser. But others, other like evil thoughts, marijuana, smoke weed. You really think that weed is going to help calm you down after complaining? The nerve calmer. The yin yang twins would think that. But why? All you do is nag, make a man or woman or everybody mad. I gotta smoke me a bag to keep from kicking your butt. No, that's not what I would do. Well, after I get caught and told I complain too much, sometimes I just take my frustrations out to a whole new level. Like, take your shirt off, or like slam the wall, or pretend like you're fighting somebody. And of course, sometimes people want to pretend like they smoke weed or smoking, and or just like, there's a whole lot of ways to overcome complaining. But for a kid named Lewis Brown, fictional, it wasn't even like that, because he grew up with a father figure that always wanted him to be the tough guy. And his father was so abusive to his wife, or Lewis's mom. And everybody in school couldn't stand him. Even the teachers think that he was going to be up to no good. And even when he complains, like, there's one, when all the bullies, they were like, man, shut the heck up. And they were more hood, more tough. But every time, like before he goes to bed, he looks out the window. Even came up with his own starlight, star bright wish. And one thing he would say is like, starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might, to do something right for once in my life. But that's when he has a bad day, after being humiliated for complaining and whatnot. But sometimes, if he couldn't find the brightest star, he looks up to the moon, because the moon is the star. If the sun is a star, then the moon is a star. That makes perfect sense. But let's just say that Lewis had enough of his father. But we're going to wait for that. Lewis was a 10-year-old kid who couldn't have his way. He had a girl of his dream. Had a moment. The girl of his dreams. Her name was Michelle. She was like light skin, like light brown skin, and Lewis was dark skin, dark brown. Like, they're African American kids in school. But there's this one guy that always gets at the better of Lewis over the same girl, and he happens to be in the same grade as him, but he has more swag, more popularity. He's like the gangster. Even Lewis wanted to fight him, but of course he's not a good fighter. Every time he says hello to Michelle, sometimes Michelle pushes him away like she's not to be messed with, and or the guy who who has a thing for her, he actually has a crew, and the goal is to kick anyone's butt to step in Michelle's path because Michelle is the cool kid's girl. Lewis got involved in that. But let's just say after a fight broke out. Even though Lewis didn't fight back, he just took his beating like a man. Like Cold Cheese was getting jumped by the random goons from the party, and the goons killed him, jumped him to death. Get up. But in the end of the movie of Cooley High, it was stupid. The epilogue was stupid. Two two-thirds of the guys who jumped Coach Cheesy for revenge of the party fight. It turns out the guy, two of them were killed, and the guy who jumped him, telling him to get up, he became an army sergeant. Like what? Luckily, the the te- the teachers like some the other kids broke them. Hey, right, break it up, stop! You're getting out of hand. Get out of here. You made your point already. Grab Lewis. Come on, Lewis. We got you. We're gonna clean you up. And even his friends had his back. But some random girl from his grade told Lewis, at some point you really need to stop chasing Michelle. You need to chase somebody else. You ain't gonna get what you want. And then all of a sudden, after she got the best of Lewis, Lewis went to the bathroom and slammed the walls as hard as he could, like, no, no, no. Stupid girls. Stupid boys picking on me over a girl named Michelle. And you're like, excuse me, is there a problem? Yes, there's a problem. But it has nothing to do with you. Go home. Go to class. Mind your business. Well, I'm not going to do that. Why not? Because we are friends, Lewis. You going to complain about what that girl said? Screw her. You need to stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Word up. We got your back. We the same guys that cleaned you up after you got jumped by the cool guys and his crew. Come on, man. Go home and just explain what went down, and then bam. Nah, you don't know what it's like to be in my home. Well, I can't be in your shoes forever, but you can't let that slide in your head. It's kind of like you letting the devil get the best of you, Lewis. You got to stop complaining over this. Stop making a scene. Your heart may be green, but dang it can't be green for long, because sooner or later it's going to turn red. And by red, blood. Nothing but blood will be coming out of your system. I've been bleeding. So what makes you think it's different? Because you have to understand the ugliness called the truth. And so when Lewis heard the phrase, there's also the ugliness that we know as the truth, he had to tell his mom and dad. They heard about the fight. They knew about it. And the mother, tried to explain to him that all he had to do, from now on, he has no other choice but to leave Michelle be. And his father's like, man, you's a punk. Didn't I tell you to stand up for yourself? Didn't I tell you to be a freaking man? And you starting to complain over this? Man, you must be out your mind. Heck out of here. You lucky I ain't kicked your butt my dang self, because I would have stomped you to death. If people do that, you need to learn how to man up and like stand up for your own. And what is that, Dad? To get a gun? Hey, don't you talk like that. But at the same time, that's what I would do. There's no way you're gonna let that fool get the best of you. And that mouth can be your number one worst enemy. Watch it, buddy. Sometimes you have to shut up and move on. Stay away from that girl. Unless you got enough guts to fight that fool. You know what I'm saying? Because complaining ain't going to get you anything. You won't even get a lady in your life. You won't even get money. You won't even get anything unless you prove to me that you could do the dang thing. And that's like how powerful it could get. Especially for Lewis. But every night, whenever he has a bad day, he keeps saying the same thing. He repeats himself. Even when he's out, like when he sees the sun going down and the moon rising up or any star, it's like he even said it out loud one night at a party after being humiliated. Like the You're My Lady music video, Michelle and Lewis were dancing with each other. And all of a sudden, it's kind of like the same girl that told him to back off of Michelle. She actually was part of the cool kids crew. And they went from kids to teenagers now. And the cool kid, he actually pushed Michelle aside. Hey, what the heck are you doing here with my girl? We were just dancing. I don't give a dang what you was doing. She's my girl. And if you got a problem with that, why don't you hit me? Huh? You just gonna run your mouth and complain. You ain't got no heart yet, do you? You even made your own father look like a fool. Word up. You better take your tail away from Michelle. Stay away. I mean that, double crosser. How many times must I have to deal with this? It's been a couple years now. The cool kid still can't keep his cool. Because he's so overprotective of Michelle, but he's gone too far. Man. And everybody was so mad at the cool kid. It's like, but instead of going off on him, off of Lewis going off on the cool kid, he takes it to himself. He didn't even go to the bathroom. He just walked outside. Oh, dang it. I don't care if people call me crazy or watching. But I had enough of that punk. Enough of them cool kids. Why am I not cool? But then he realized, when he saw his shadow, that means the moon was shining so bright that he was like, he had to take a deep breath. And he said his iconic line, "Starlight, star bright." It's like that's the only thing to help him calm down from all this complaining and losing his cool. I mean, he lost his cool over the cool kids and his thing for Michelle. It's kind of like Timmy wanted to get Trixie Tang. But instead, he ended up with Tootie, a stalker. Vicky's little sister, who's stalking, has mad feelings for Timmy. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. His father still didn't care for him. He didn't even respect little Lewis. Like he wanted to disown him one day for not being a thug. His mother, actually, after he got home from a party, he found his mother with a black eye and bloody lip, busted lip, and a black eye. His father turned into Chicago from Poetic Justice. Oh my gosh. He had enough. Lewis was looking for his gun, and his mom like, "No! Don't kill him!" "Well, what do you want me to do? Do you think I like what I'm up against, Mom? Them stupid cool kids. What am I missing here? What are we not doing, Mom? What are you and I not doing? We're petrified of our father, my father. And you got jumped, abused. Do you want to die, Mom? Or do you want to fight back? What is this, Ike and Tina? Aisha and Chicago of Poetic Justice? Have you lost your mind?" And now Lewis takes his frustration out on his mother for being a coward and for being abused. Like, do you have any other idea what I would do if my daddy was here after he hurt you? And he couldn't even take one hint. It's like he's been a sissy all his life. Even the shut up treatments that he's been getting. And mind your business and back off. Stay away from Michelle. You a sissy unless you do something. It's like too much is running through his head. Too much evil things. And that's how I feel in real life. Because small problems turn to big deals in my life. And I feel totally like Lewis, a fictional character, based on my real life issues with complaining. To the fact that I don't even know who the heck I am. But back to it. Years after, another situation went down. People grew tired and annoyed of him. Even his friends who had his back wanted him to move on. But his complaining got the best of him that he don't even care anymore. His father was still a piece of garbage, hurting his mama behind Lewis's back. Lewis had to live through the pain throughout his life since 10 years old. And now, at tender age of 17, he had enough. One day, after something went down, somebody actually filmed Lewis lose his cool. They filmed it and placed it on social media. And the title of it was the pain inside the complainer. And the person who filmed it, He or she had no right to do that. But that video got so personal that everybody was like, they wanted to talk smack about Lewis. But it was like, they starting to feel his pain. It's like, dude. He yelled his head off, arguing with himself, slamming his hand on the brick wall, kicking down an old garbage can, as if he didn't belong. And then bam. Out of the blue, he just said what he wanted to say. All of a sudden, like, when he said, I wish the moon was out tonight, or any star shining so bright so I could hear myself. Matter of fact, why am I keep saying this throughout my life? Star light, star bright, the first star I see tonight. I wish I might to do something right for once in my life. And I never made it happen. Never. The person who filmed it started shedding tears. Because when he said that, the part of, I never made it happen, he sounded like he wanted to get revenge. Lewis wanted to get revenge. He complained his head off for years, and he wanted to get revenge on the cool kids. And even Michelle. Like, get Michelle's attention. But Michelle started to move on from the cool kids. But Lewis didn't pay attention to him. Actually, to her. Because he was minding his business, bumping some tunes bumping a tune, like, let's just say he mixed the tune of Kryptonite by the Purple Ribbon All-Stars with the Pink Guys. Shut the heck up. You're a stupid jerk. Shut the heck up. You're a stupid jerk. Get a life. Shut the heck up. Stop being a stupid jerk. Shut the heck up. Nobody even wants you here. And not only that, he blended the song perfectly with Filthy Frank or Pink Guy's vocals. But he also added a song that made me think of the old Regions Bank commercials. You know, the do 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 do. For those that don't remember that song, oh, it was like crazy, crazy cool. It just, but it go well with the beat of the I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on it. But he slowed down the beat a little bit because he started to learn how to be a producer. And Michelle tried to comfort him, say what's up to him. No, I mean, try to get his attention, but Michelle's like, you know what? So she stayed. He didn't even turn around, and she left him a note. And then all of a sudden, after he got done producing the track, like, he officially finished the track up called Shut the Heck Up. The Shut the Heck Up mix, actually. He turned around and saw, wait, someone was here. And then he saw the letter. He opened up the letter and read, and Michelle, out of the blue, told the truth and said to him, wrote that I have grave concerns about you. For all these years, you have not been serious about fighting against the cool kids, not even the cool girl. I think it's best if we just stay away. And I'm sorry, Lewis. It's for the best, Michelle. Sincerely, Michelle. It's like, oh my gosh, what have I done? And then, bam, out of the blue, he was alone. And all of a sudden, he decided to go home. While his mom and dad were gone, Lewis got a visit from his friends, or as he would consider so-called friends. Lewis felt betrayed too long. To the fact that his own crew, his friends, joined the cool kids crew. So look, man, you have no other choice. I mean, we've been having your back, but this is getting out of hand. And so you betrayed me. You want me to shut the heck up. Matter of fact, I got this letter from Michelle. You know what she said? She has great concerns about me, as if I never stood up to the cool kids crew. And here I am, 17 years old, still not changing a dang bit. What do you think was going to happen? Well, for starters, your complaining video got me hit #1. You got nearly 1 million views from that. What? Yeah, from the ghetto. The ghetto. Oh, I gotta go there. Oh, no, you ain't. You won't stick with what you do best. When, dude, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight me? Just like that. You're starting to act like me now because you never do that to your own friend. But you betrayed me. So go home. Now, funk that. We ain't going home. I said go home. Or what? Or what, Lewis? What? Just go home. So Lewis stepped on his shoes. Go home. He grabbed him. Go home. Go the heck home. Hey, man. I mean, enough, Lewis. Friend number 2. Enough, Lewis. We don't have to take this crap. We're getting the heck out of here. Good. Fine. Great. Lewis screamed out, great. And his friends, it's like, man, funk him. F-U-N-K. Forget him. Forget Lewis. Funk. I had to say it clearly. Because I'd be darned to have a lot of people confusing the word funk with the real F word. No. And Lewis slammed the door to the fact that he went to bed early. No friends. Never talked to his parents. But knowing that he had enough with his father. One night, Lewis came up with a master plan to put an end to this nightmare. Because, the night before, after kicking his friends out, his so-called friends out, he had a nightmare. It's kind of like hearing everybody get into his head, from his mom to his father, mostly his thug father, his tough guy father, to the cool kids, even the ones that jumped him over Michelle, and the girl that told him to back off, to the fact that now his homeboys, his friends who helped him clean up, turned his back on him by joining the cool kids crew. He had enough. It's kind of like hearing a lot of people screaming, let it go! Let it go! And the worst part about it, the last person who screamed let it go that made him open his eyes was Harrison Ford, when he forced Mola Ram to, you want the stones? Let them go! Let it go! And the way he screamed that, Dr. Jones, Indiana Jones from the Temple of Doom, he was like, oh, that's it. I gotta do something and put an end to this nightmare. Because he's been through a whole lot. So Lewis came up with a plan. Told his mom, we gotta get Dad out of here. So Lewis's mom agreed, packed up every last item that Lewis's father owned. And the night when Lewis's father came home, let's just say he was not pleased. Like, what the heck is going on here? Seeing his bags placed in front of the kitchen, like the dining room, with a card attached to it. It was like, honey! Like, he didn't want to read it. Honey came, Lewis's mom came to her senses and like, yes, dear. What the heck is this? You leaving me? No, you're leaving us. We're kicking you out. I had enough of being your punching bag. Matter of fact, I had enough of you being the gangster around the house. You think that Lewis is ready for that? Hey, you need to shut up right now, woman, because I ain't through with you yet. That boy needs a father figure. The boy needs to be taught to be a man and to be a fighter. Oh yeah, well you did that all right. Matter of fact, we'll see how bad you want to stay. Are you threatening me? That's it. You know what? As much as I love to kick your butt, you actually put me down to the test. This is the last straw, girl. Go ahead, Daddy. Make my day. For Lewis's mom to call Lewis's father Daddy, she had a trick up her sleeve. Pimp slap. How dare you run your stupid mouth? You the one that's complaining about me changing. Ain't no way I'm gonna let that thing ride. You might as well give up the ghost and stop acting like Lewis and take your tail over there and give me some coffee, or I may really get hot. Okay. Fine. You got me good. You want coffee? I got you, baby. And like, you dang right. Cause I ain't leaving no freaking soon. I'ma stay here. Whether you like it or not. Whether Lewis likes it or not. Y'all need to respect me. You understand? Why, yes. What? Wait a minute. What the heck is that? I don't see no dang coffee in here. Surprise, sucker. Pour hot water all over him. To the fact that he hit his eyes a little bit. And Lewis's mom screamed out, Lewis, no! Take this, Dad. And Lewis coming at him with a baseball bat, hit him behind the legs. Hit him in the face with a baseball bat, and his father fly. And boom! and boom, using the bottom of it to boom, boom, as if he was sticking it to him. But he wasn't trying to kill him. Oh, 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 okay, all right, Louis. You and your mom can stay. I'm getting the heck out. I'm leaving. Fine. Have it your way, double crossers. I'm gone. Peace out. You happy now? So the abusive father left for good. Louis and his mother, they hugged. Thank Jesus for you, Louis. Now it's about time we take a little break from him. I hope he doesn't come back and do something stupid. No. We already knew it's about time we stepped up. Trust me, Louis. Complaining, like you said, ain't gonna get us nowhere. And I heard about what happened with your friends. And Michelle, I think it's time to owe her. I think you have to owe her an apology. For what? I don't want to think about it. Well, you have no other choice. Don't make me complain, Mom. I kicked my so-called friends out. Everybody wants to be the cool guys. That's on them. But I'm going to make them pay for what they did. Just like I did yesterday. But to the guys that jumped me and the girl that talked smack to me saying that Michelle is not worth my time. Let's see who has the last laugh. So he walks through the ghetto. Louis walks to the ghetto, 17 years old. After 7 long years of being a complainer, he found a spot where he felt safe. Despite all the gangsters and the ladies who were dressed up, hood rats, they spotted him. They wanted to get close to him, like do something wild, like rob him, or maybe beat him up. But they remembered him because of the video that they spotted. But of course, Louis saw the moon, and he started to say what he always said when times were hard. Moonlight, no, starlight, star bright. First star I see tonight. I wish I may. I wish I might. And one female, and of course she looked like she was a prostitute, but she wasn't. We get it, Louis. To do something right for once in your life. But don't you know this is getting too over repetitive? What? How do you know who I am? Well, of course you already know by now about the video. We all know about the video. Yeah, young blood. It's about time to turn this problem to an enemy. Matter of fact, we done saw your father leave town. And I know why you're here. You're thinking about getting the cool kids back after 7 long years of being tormented and punked. And Michelle, on the other hand, she had to stay away from you. How you gonna get through this? I got a master plan. I'm gonna stop this from happening. Cause I'm gonna make sure that they all realize that I've changed. And so everybody from the ghetto comforted him with open arms and some word of advice. Because the fact that Lewis no longer quotes the starlight thing, he found out quick that the Starlight Starbright poem that he always makes when he sees the moon was all just talk. But now it's time for work. Time to get busy. So everybody that he is punked, everybody that he annoyed through complaining or whatnot, not having his way, Lewis actually came up with an idea. He even included the people from the ghetto, like, throw a party. He and his mother organized the party. And the people from the ghetto, the people from school, even Michelle went. So the night of the party, Lewis and Mom, they actually got everything prepared, set up. So we got all the cool kids here. Just make sure you give what you got to give. Cause just like the time when we got rid of your father, we're gonna make it happen. I'm on it, Mama. I'm on it. And the people from the ghetto, they were like just grooving, dancing, singing, moving and grooving, drinking sodas, not alcohol, because there were teenagers there too. So one of Lewis's ex-friends that he kicked out the house, and was like, "Oh no, hey, yo, he's about to go make a move on Michelle." Michelle, she didn't want anything to do with Lewis. Hey Michelle, not now. Oh, so it's like that. All right, you know what? Screw it. I'm about to head on out and tell the moon that I tried. Tell the moon I tried. Wait a minute. Wait. Well, good. Doesn't matter to me one bit. You haven't changed. Oh yeah? Well, prove that to me. Well, I'm gonna prove it tonight. And if you dare avoid me, you're gonna be a fool just like the rest of the cool kids. And besides, I owe you a dance. Now let's go. Lewis wasn't playing. He was about to get on down to the real nitty gritty with Michelle. And besides, I mean, look, Lewis, you're getting out of hand. Stop it. If I had to be a knight in shining armor, would you let me scoop you up from your castle? Would you let me be the one for you? Would you let me in your heart? Now, I've been down on my luck for 7 years, and I'm not superstitious. But enough is enough, Michelle. I'm tired of running. It's all true. Me and my mom beat up my dad till he surrendered, and he's out of my life for abusing my mother. And now I'm with you. Not quite. Ah, the cool kids. And the cool girl along with the cool kids. You better give me one good reason why I ain't got the heart to kill you. Because you ain't got a strap. You want to jump me? Go ahead. Make my day. Allow me. Allow me. So the girl that told him to forget about Michelle, she kicked him in the nads. Lewis in the nads. Ooh. Whew. Now you thinking about getting out the party, Mister Complain a lot? Well, since you put it that way, not yet. Besides, care to try that again? So, she tried again, but this time with her hand. Oh my gosh! The girl that wanted Lewis to stay away from Michelle as if she wasn't worth her time. Her hand was hurt after hitting him in the nads with her fist. Now the foot was fine, but he faked being hurt, coughing. So when he asked her to try again, she got her get back. She got her get back. She had to deal with the pain. And the young blood, the guys from the ghetto, they saw what went down, and the cool kids were about to jump Lewis. The cool kids, without minus the cool girl, because she hurt herself punching Lewis, knowing that he has a cup on, like the athletes, the football players would wear or playing football, the the jock cups. She was out. She was like, I can't do this. And of course, the cool kids started to surround him. And the female that dressed up like a prostitute from the ghetto, but she's not. She held on to Michelle like, you might want to stay out the way with this one. And the cool kids, they went off. It's like Kill Bill or One Punch Man. The whole crew versus one. Lewis became like his own Ip Man or his own Blade. Fighting each and every one of them. Some were knocked out. Some were bleeding from their nose or their lip. Others got a black eye. And the rest were like, nah, funk that. We out of here. But unfortunately, the ones who screamed, we out of here, the people from the ghetto stood, including the teenagers that spotted Lewis act a fool and feeling hurt all the time for 7 long years. It was like they had enough. And as for the guy who really wanted Michelle for his own, he had no other choice but to pull a strap. It turns out he really did have a gun. Say your prayers, Mr. Complain. Hail Mary, full of grace. Smack the chick in the face. Took her Gucci bag and the North Face off her back. Jabber as she acts. Funny with the money? No, you got me mistaken, honey. And the guy was like, what the heck are you doing? I don't know. Just quoting some Notorious B.I.G. But if you pull the trigger, you're going to find out quick. You are dead wrong. The weak or the strong, who got it going on? You're dead wrong. No, you're dead wrong, Lewis. Michelle left you. You did that to yourself. Now it's personal, double crosser. Now die. I'm ready to die. Come on, pull the trigger, doofus. And that's when Lewis's mom did the unthinkable. He accidentally shot in the air. Everybody was like, whoa! Backing up to the fact that what Mr. Cool Kid did. He ended up shooting the disco ball and it nearly hit him. But it landed. Next to him while he got down on his knees and rolled in pain because Lewis's mama gave him the boot. And everybody was like, so now what? Lewis said, it's time to party. Time to party. And they did. Everybody was having a good time, just overcoming the mood. And Michelle, she ended up close to Lewis and ended with a kiss. So now things went from bad to better. In other words, Lewis, after 7 long years of being a complainer and being heartbroken, he finally got the chance to have the girl of his dreams on his own. And everybody else who were the cool kids, they lost. They lost the fight. Word up. A few weeks later, the cool girl with a wrist on her arm, she came to Lewis and said, I'm sorry. After 7 years. And his friends who kicked out, me too. Well, I'm sorry. All the cool kids wished Lewis, an apology. And his mother was so thankful. Lewis's mother was so thankful that the tables have turned. He no longer fusses and fights. He started to learn quick that complaining got him nowhere. So he had to be a fighter to survive. To get what he wanted, he had to do what he had to do. Because talk is cheap. And with all that being said, a lot of things went down. From being a complainer, not having everything, to finding out quick. You need to be quiet. You need to get up, get out, do something to get something. And finally, Lewis got the girl. Lewis and Michelle started dating. And they've been dating since Lewis started to come up with a plan to get back at the cool kids from making him who he is. And whenever he sees the moon, he says, "Thank you." And that's how Lewis overcame his complaining habits and moved on as a fighter, a champion. No longer dealing with his abusive father, no longer ridiculed by his so-called friends and or the cool kids. And he finally got the lady that he always wanted. And Lewis lived happily ever after. And like that, it's time to move on. So, for those that complain, including myself, take this message. It was fun while it lasted, but at the same time, it's still gonna get you nowhere. It leads you nowhere. Where does complaining get you? I always think about my cousin Olympia Pringle when she asked that question. What are you complaining about? Where is your complaining getting you? And I said in one of my old Facebook lives, it leads you to your own demise. Whether it's a jail cell, whether it's on the stretcher heading to the deathbed, like you're in the hospital, but you're still going to make it. Or you could be banned or banished, never to come back, and or worse. Where can complaining lead you? The worst I can think of is death. So you need to cease and desist complaining. Everybody, including my dang self. Stop fussing and fighting. Be thankful for what you got. And if you don't like it, do something about it. But don't act a fool. With all that being said, thank you for watching this brand new episode of Cold Man's Winter about complaining. And there'll be more in stores, like more episodes coming your way. But, like I said before, the link to the Revenge 2 episode, as well as the 50 subs episode, the 50 subscribers episode, the links for both of those videos will be in the description bar down below. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click the notification bell, and there will be more in stores. And also, this episode has been brought to you by none other than this week's Sweet Lady of the Week. And for this sweet lady, I thought about it, and it's about time to give her flowers where it's due. So who's the sweet lady, Taylor? None other than Miss Evan O'Keefe. Evan O'Keefe, I never forgot about you. Thanks for watching Cold Man's Winter, Season 6, Episode 13, about complaining. This is yours truly, Taylor Jones, signing out. Let not your heart be troubled. John 14:1.